became split. We became divided. We became Ethereum. We became altcoins galore. We started becoming scam coins. There's even Ponzi coin, which has luckily closed down because they did it as a joke and then people started sending them money. What a world. Now, we need to build a unified system. We don't win by making 1 million coins. The banks win with 1 million coins. The government wins with 1 million coins. You fragment your opponent, divide and conquer, and you win. We don't need them. The power is inside Bitcoin now. We will give you the Lego blocks, not to build ERC-20 scam tokens that allow you to raise money to do nothing. Not so I can go, I'm going to get a big salary and think of something. Yay! Please give me $50 million. I'm really going to get a big, big idea one day. But if I don't, I'll raise another coin. No, we want to help you build real things. We want to help you peg items. We want to help you actually link stuff that can be used for computation as utility devices, end-to-end logistics. Imagine that we have every single integrated circuit on a board collapsed down into a hierarchy, basically a tree chain type idea with a single figure at the end. That figure cryptographically proves the entire system of everything in your laptop you've just bought, forever. If someone steals a RAM chip, it is no longer the same. If someone exchanges a hard drive, it is no longer the same. Imagine that we could track it. Why would you steal something when, if you steal it, everyone knows where you stole it from? Ownership that follows you globally forever. Proof of sale forever. Imagine having brand names if you're a brand manufacturer, and when there are knockoffs out there, you can actually signal which one is real or not. So I was talking to Jerry from SBI, and he said his wife would love this because she could sit there at the table and Instagram pictures of, she's got a fake bag. It's fake. It's not really Gucci. Yeah, all that can happen. Not because we punish you, we incentivize you. Bitcoin incentivizes. And it's resilient. This is the whole point. It self-heals. So we've got our configuration, link failures happen, and then we have a recovered network. Bitcoin doesn't break. Miners stay up because they're paid to stay up. We pay them. The money is inflated a little bit, less every year. Well, actually less every 4 years, but every time that happens, they get a little chunk. Every fee we pay them is a little chunk. And they know they're getting paid money. They're competing to get paid money. They work more efficiently. They work harder to try and get more money. That's why they're honest, because it's paying them to be honest. So, percolation. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail here. What I am going to do is I'm going to put out a whole lot of technical papers. I'm going to get other people to make them less technical because I'm really good at ELA, like 58. And unfortunately, everyone wants ELI 5. So I'm learning slowly that it means getting other people involved to actually help me do these things. remove some of the squiggly lines, but explain it otherwise. So we're going to do all of the above. And some of the master classes, etc., that I'm going to be teaching at places like CNAM and Da Vinci in Paris will then get propagated out, and etc., etc. Videos online, all the rest. Nodes aren't going to fail because they don't have hops. This notion that everyone puts about being able to Sybil Bitcoin, you can't. Some of my team are releasing papers, there's some in submission right at the moment. We're going to start basically putting out data, structure, etc. about the network and how it works. We're going to let other academics have fun deciding what they think the biggest flaws of Bitcoin are, because that's what you do as an academic. You never find anything good. You say, look, it's wrong. It's wrong and I'm going to fix it because, well, that's what I do as an academic. I never say anything good because, hey. All right, so initially, we form a giant node. Why? Because miners get paid. Very simple. They want to connect. The bigger level of connections they have, the more connectivity they have. Right now, most of the big miners connect to 7,000 to 8,000 other nodes. That means you need a big computer. If you spend $100 million buying ASICs, buying network connections, buying everything else, having staff, having data centers, do you care that you've got to have a big computer to sit on the edge of the network? Do you care that you've had to spend 0.01% of your money ensuring that Bitcoin's safe? Really? As a home user, you can run a node. I don't care, I'm not stopping you. What I will say is, you don't do anything. You don't validate anything. You don't ever do anything. I've had people argue with me saying, oh, but what about when Bitcoin Unlimited had their block that was very tiny little bit outside the protocol spec and just slightly too big, and it got rejected? Well, number one, that taught people a lesson. When they lost money, the miners there gave a shit. Trust me. Roger, I'm not sure if he's here or not, but I'm sure. Roger, did you care that you didn't get paid that day?
I was very upset, and the CTO here heard about it a lot.
Exactly. So people sit there and go, oh no, you made a big mistake. Oh, you're ruining the network. Guess what? A block was found seconds later with all the real transactions in, and Bitcoin just kept working. Payments didn't disappear. Nothing broke. Roger didn't get paid. So the reality is that the trolls out there in core should have been happy. They should have been jumping up and down going, suck it, Roger. That's the reality. All the transactions in there got in. As a merchant, you got paid. As a merchant, your money's in your account. As a merchant, do you care that Roger didn't make money? No. Don't really care at all. Which miner makes money? I don't care. I'm a merchant. That simple. So in the past, we saw that propagate. The SPY miners were incentivized, those who weren't validating fully, a little bit that day. Because the people who picked it up weren't home miners, the nodes were all other miners. The validation was first picked up by another miner who basically said, screw you, Roger, I'm taking this block instead. The SPY miners kept mining on Roger's block for a while because they didn't validate it. They lost 28 to 35 seconds. 28 to 35 seconds in Bitcoin is significant. It is more than your profit margin. that meant people changed behavior. That's how Bitcoin works. When Kelvin and Armory is going to do some things with ABC and whatever else, start looking at this guy's double spent, obviously, because transaction, same address, piss easy to detect. Windows XT does it already, our node can do it, all sorts of fun things. Very simple. 2 seconds later you go, this guy cheated. What do you do? Well, we're going to put both these transactions in a block. You just go, bugger you, we're not going to include your transaction. That simple. You want to cheat, we drop your transaction. Or we make you wait. If you buy a coffee, you can get it half an hour later. If it clears. Meanwhile, sit in the corner over there, because if you don't, that video camera there, we're going to send the feed with signed cryptographic proof to your local policeman. That simple. So, I don't know about you, but I'm incentivized not to spend much money trying to steal a free coffee for $5. I mean, I like my coffee, but I don't like it that much. So, we form a single giant component. Now, if we remove things in normal networks, what happens is we end up fractioning them. This is what everyone thinks Bitcoin does. They think, haha, I can attack something. No, this is what Lightning does. Lightning is densely connected at single points. It's like the internet. It's the thing that the US military got wrong. As, well, do the military ever get things wrong? Yes, no? Yeah. Seems to be that they're very good at this sort of stuff. They understand command and control. So we're going to build a highly decentralized network that has command structure built in. Yay, DARPA. So what happens? Normal networks, you start splitting them up, it breaks into fragments. There's this thing called a percolation threshold. If the percolation threshold is there, then things actually reform. So, right at the moment in Bitcoin, if you want to actually Sybil the network and you want to get a 1% benefit, anyone guess how many Sybils you need to put in the network? With 10 to 11,000 BTC nodes or 1,000 and whatever Bitcoin Cash. Ideas?
500.
No. Approximately 100 million. And you can argue that with me. I'll show you the mathematics and I'll show you the data later. They're coming out. Approximately 100 million. If you get 10,000 machines in BTC connected to a lot of machines, things are different. Even the few big miners with 10,000 connections, the few non-miners who are highly connected, like Coinbase, when they have 1,000 plus connections to other machines, you have to take down a lot. You have to take down all of those machines to break anything on Bitcoin. So if you go and you take out China, and you take out Russia, and you get rid of Canada, and you get rid of America, and I don't know, pick a continent, someone, and we blow all them up and nuke them, we still have Bitcoin. That's what the internet was supposed to do. That's how Bitcoin works. We blow up hubs and things. Yes, it slows down. It's a real bugger because, well, we've just taken out 70% of the mining hash and we've only got 30% left, and now it's taking me much, much longer, and I'm sitting there waiting, and, well, my transaction's still 0 conf in seconds, but I don't get a block for ages, but that readjusts. It might take now, say 5 or 6 weeks for it to readjust, but less on Bitcoin Cash, of course, and everything just starts working again. So What we really have here is a network